How you doing, guys? I'm Ulysses. Today's video just made for people living in Las Vegas and people want to go race event at the Hobbyone Japan. Um, the this race the Hobbyone Japan first made it for themselves the race event. They posted everything in the Instagram website. All right. That's the layout they posted. That's the first one. They just have a little bit notice. All right, which is look the layout first. Layout is will look like a pretty flat. No ending, the jump, loop, anything. No banking either. Just turn, wave, straight, then lane changer. So I think a lane changer is only one hard point because if you fast enough, you will fly out the lane changer. Maybe just one chance. If you can made it, you made it. So I will try to make a new car for this event. Uh, this video will be split to like a 2-3 parts. I'll talk about how to make the cars or pick the parts, make the cars. Okay. Um, Events will be at July 27th. Sorry, July 17th, 2021. Start time is the 11:30. That's the schedule. Checking, inspection, and a free run. That's the 11:30. Race start at 12 o'clock. 30 minutes for the testing. Should be enough. If you know a lot of people, should be enough for the people. But there also the mask is required. That's mean you have to have the wear the mask go there. Um, Race start at 12. So ceremony will be the 1:30. I think it'll be shorty because just one class race should be not that hard. No, a lot of people will go in for. I think maybe 20, 30 cars. It should be race like 30 minutes or 2 hours should be finished. 1:30 just a little bit long. All right. Next one we'll talk about the location. Location is at Henderson. All right, that's the location. Cross Street is Southeastern Avenue and South Green Valley Parkway. It's at sorry, it's at Anderson. Henderson. Let's see. What's the next is the pick of the chassis. Now I'll talk about the cards. All right. So we can see that the layout is pretty flat. So we just try pick up the chassis first, then we modify the car later. Chassis will be you can find it on the Tamiya website. Tamiya website, official website. It's the not Tamiya USA. Okay, it's Tamiya official website, but they have English. They post all the chassis right here. Okay, you can just click to check the chassis. How's good or better, something good or something bad you can pick up. All right, that's most of the chassis for right now, but they don't have the new one like FMA and VZ. That's no here. All right, because these two is new chassis. This picture is old one. So we will say we'll talk about the new chassis too. Okay, so it's right here. We'll talk about that the chassis too. All the picture will post in the face group at the 6U Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive Las Vegas race club. Okay, that's right here. So, post at the media. I'll post it in the media. You guys can find over there. All right. First of all, we'll talk about the AR chassis. In this race, I think the toughness and the easy for maintain and the bottom three is not very important because I would say every race you check the layout, make new car for that race only. Uh, Not one car can race all the layout. Okay, so that's for me. All the big events are always make a new car to go the event because everything is need to change a little bit for this event only. Next event you need to change it a little bit, but like the wheel, the side or wheel size, you change it a little bit, whole thing will be changed. Okay, like a brake, everything you need to change it again. Right. Well, now we talk about the AR chassis. That's a very fancy chassis. But now it's not a lot of people use it because now Tamiya official race, most use the MS suspension system. Right. Before that, the AR is pretty popular because you can reverse the AR chassis because it's very stronger toughness and easy to maintain. All right. Uh, Acceleration, that's very important for this race. You can see everything is the flat, straight, turn, and a wave. Most of that threes. So uh, acceleration is very important for this race. Another one is cornering. I think that's very important too. Uh, Stability. Stability. I think maybe, but you know, when we modify cards, that's supposed to be make your cars more stable too. Okay, most things we try to make it cars stable, right? So I think of these two for this race are very important: cornering and acceleration. All right, we can see ARCS is pretty good. All right, this car is pretty good, but not all the way down. I would say the acceleration around like this look like 90%, cornering around the 80%. All right, that's the numbers. Next one is the MS. The cornering MS is really good, 100%, but the acceleration uh, like 80%, I think. All right. Next one is the MA. MA is pretty tough. Uh, most the layout you use that chassis should be okay, because they automatically put the brake on the back already, right? It's on the chassis already. So I would say this chassis will be better than the last two, AR and MS. All right. So cornering is 100, acceleration is the 90, I would say. All right. But this race they don't limit the model. That's mean you can use all the models, maybe modify too. But I'm because I'm support the Tamiya, so that's why I still will be use Tamiya model. But official race they reject the Ultra Dash and Plasma. But maybe this one I will use Plasma, but Plasma just only single shift, so maybe I not use the MA chassis. All right, I will use a single shift chassis. All right. The next one is FMA. Look like they don't have the numbers on that, but also they have good things. Is the front brake or front underguard. Look like fancy, but I would say this one is close to the MA chassis. All right, because the weight, this chassis, the weight is on the front. Make the front the wheels are a little bit stronger and faster. We all know the SFM chassis is better than the other Super 1 or TZ because the we put on the front, they can make a front tire more power. So maybe this one's I just use it. FMA. That's why I will be ask you guys to use it. Next one is the Super 2. You can see the acceleration is perfect, cornering perfect too. All right. So if I were picky two chassis for race, I won't pick this one, Super 2 chassis, because you can find it on the market everywhere. Other one is the VS. All right, VS chassis, same thing. Acceleration is perfect, cornering is perfect. That's the only thing I needed to. The only two things I needed, right? Because other things, toughness, you know, this race, I made this car maybe just one time race. That's it. Maintain, no maintain because the one race only. The stability. I will modify the cars, make car more stable. So that's not necessary either. Okay, not necessary either. So next one we talk about the VZ chassis. This chassis is very new. They post everything on the website, but they just compare the VS chassis. I think this chassis just make a VS more stable, and because they have the double roll on the back, uh, easy to maintain and easy to modify. All right, because they just you don't need to cut anything. You just take off the front and back roll stay. They then you can start to modify already. You don't have to like VS chassis. You have to cut the front and back, then modify. All right. That's the chassis. All right. That's all the numbers. I will post this one in the group. You guys can find it later. All right. This is today's video. Next video we'll talk about how to make the make the car for this race. Actually for this layout. All right, thanks for watching. Just wait for next video. I will teach you guys how to make cars for this layout. Okay, thank you. See you next video. Bye.